What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Jump Ball Central. Today we're looking at 5 additions that make the Warriors instant NBA champions. At number 5, Brandon Ingram. Taking his game to the next level this season, Ingram has thrived in his time with the Pelicans. A lengthy, versatile scorer that's continuing to improve into one of the league's best mid-range threats reminds you of who? Kevin Durant is the right answer. And while Ingram may never be Durant, his consistent improvement in intensity on both ends of the court will earn him a sizable contract in the near future. Ingram is averaging 24.2 points per game this season, becoming the Pelicans' go-to scorer. More impressive though, Ingram went from the average of 0.7, 0.7, and 0.6 threes per game to now 2.4 threes per game. He's continuing to prove that the Lakers wrong for giving him up instead of dealing Kyle Kuzma. That said, Ingram is making just over $7 million and could easily be a max value type player. For Golden State, they should be hoping that A, Joe Lacob uses the trade exception, and B, Ingram is willing to take less than a max to join forces with Thompson and Curry. The 22-year-old will blossom into a perennial all-star, and it'd be terrific to see him do it in the Bay. At number 4, James Wiseman. The only potential rookie on this list is Wiseman. Wiseman may not have the highest ceiling in the 2020 NBA draft, but he will certainly be the best fit on the roster. His size at 7'1" would provide the Warriors with elite rim protection, something they desperately need. In a mere 3 games at Memphis, Wiseman averaged almost 20 points and over 10 rebounds per game. Then, tack on 3 blocks per game, and it's clear that Wiseman's dominance is there. It just would have been nice for scouts to see him play a full season at the collegiate level. Pick if they're awarded the number 1 overall selection, but if they opt to keep it, Wiseman, given his upside as a defender and fit on a rather small roster, should be their pick. A Green, Wiseman, Wiggins, Thompson, Curry lineup could be dynamic on both ends of the court. They have the offensive firepower and defensive fortitude to take the Western Conference by storm. At number 3, Evan Fournier. He may not seem like the quintessential addition, but Evan Fournier would provide much needed depth to the roster. Averaging 18.8 points per game, the 6'7" small forward could sign via Golden State's trade exception. As one of the top free agents, there's no denying he'll be outside of Golden State's typical price range. For the last 6 seasons, he's spent his time on the Magic, managing 1 quick playoff series. He needs to find success, and Golden State is the place where he can finally show off his talents on a team that'll be among the conference's best. Fournier is averaging a career-high 47% from the field. While the Warriors' main concern should be adding front court depth, a dynamic scoring option to give them more small ball options would be ideal. At 27, Evan Fournier would have to decline his player option to find his way to the Bay Area, so it's highly unlikely the Warriors would pay the likely steep price for a trade. At number 2, Gordon Hayward. After that gruesome leg injury to kick off the 2017-2018 season, Hayward's finally getting back to his normal self, and this time around he's become a more efficient player, playing to his strengths on one of the Eastern Conference's best teams. Shooting over 50% for the first time in his career, Hayward has elevated his game tremendously this season. He's notching just over 17 points per game and has developed a solid mid-range game, nearing 50% on shots 10 to 16 feet from the bucket. The only part of a potential deal that makes Hayward's addition unlikely is that he'll potentially want a max value contract. While he's not trending upward into superstardom like he was, Hayward has shown enough to get over $20 million. Whichever team that wants to look into maxing out Hayward, they'll need to consider his age, given that in half a decade, he'll be 35. The Warriors could use Hayward, but the likelihood that they bring in an aging star to team up with fellow stars to cripple their team in 5 years is low. However, his addition could easily make the Warriors the West's best team. And at number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Much has been made over the past few months over the potential that the Golden State Warriors have been planning a run at reigning MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo. It would be a huge offer that is unlikely to come to fruition unless Giannis says that he wants out of Milwaukee, which he has. Currently averaging 30 points per game, Giannis has elevated almost every aspect of his game. He's notching career high in points, rebounds, and threes, and the latter of the 3 is what's really sticking out to analysis, as Giannis is making 1.3 triples per game. Given that Milwaukee can eventually offer him a supermax and would not trade him unless he wants out, Giannis would have to grow unhappy before a mega offer is even considered. And if the superstar waits too long, the Warriors will use their draft capital. Antetokounmpo is the star Golden State needs. He'd make them finals favorites for the next half a decade as he's set to continue his absolute dominance over the league. However, would a deal that sends away Klay Thompson and at least 3 first-round picks be worth it? Well guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video of Jump Ball Central. If you enjoyed, do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe and have a great day tomorrow.